Hello learners, in this lecture we will see how to locate or how to orient the columns in any building. So usually whenever you see any structural drawings, I'll show you a structural drawing now. Yeah, so if you look into the structural drawing, sometimes what happens, we are going to orient the column in two ways. Either you keep it horizontal or you keep it vertical. You can see a column here, this column, how it is kept, the column is kept in this direction, right? Yeah. Similarly, if I take this column now, how is the column oriented? The column is oriented in this direction, right? Similarly, this column is also oriented in vertical direction. So in this way, each and every column, either it is horizontal, either it is oriented in a horizontal way, or it is oriented in a vertical way. So what is the logic behind that, and how do we decide those things? We'll try to see. I'll show you one more drawing as well. These are the structural drawings, okay? The column locations and all. You can see here as well. See, horizontal, vertical, vertical. Similarly, I'll show you one more drawing. You can see it here, vertical, vertical, vertical. Here it is horizontal, here it is horizontal, and here it is horizontal. So we'll try to understand the logic behind this. Yeah. So always, whenever you get a structural drawings, how do you decide all those things? It's very simple. See, now if I consider this particular column, so what has happened with this particular column? Just try to see which is a longer span. Here, this length for this particular column, I have one beam here and I have another beam in this direction. So which is a smaller length? 4 meter is smaller here and this is 5 meters longer. Always remember, whichever is a longer span, parallel to that, you have to keep the depth of your beam. What I'm trying to tell, now out of 4 meter and 5 meter, 5 meter is longer, 5 meter is larger in comparison to 4 meter. So whatever is the depth of your column, that has to be kept parallel to this. That means this orientation is a wrong orientation. The orientation of this should have been something like this. Why it has to be in this way? Because this is the depth of my column. So the largest length of the column, that is the depth of the column, should be parallel to the length of this beam. Okay. Similarly, with the same understanding, we'll try to see again. Let us say we'll take this as now. Okay, now again see this column, what has happened here, the length of the beam is 6.5 meter, and here how much it is, it's the same thing from here to here. Here it is again 4 meter. So 4 meter is shorter comparison compared to 6.5 meter. So again the orientation of the column is wrong. The column should have been oriented in this direction. Okay, similarly we'll go to this now. So we'll go to this now. Let me take out everything. We'll go to this particular column. Now you see here, so here what has happened, we have one beam running here, we have another beam running here, and we have another beam running in this direction. Now how do you decide this? It's very simple now. So since here we have two beams running, one is this 4.5 meter beam, another is 4 meter beam here, right? So then what is the net moment that is acting here? 4.5 minus 4 will be only 0.5. That means this particular column has a tendency to pull in this direction because 4.5 meter is larger, no, compared to 4 meter. So this particular beam will try to pull it in this direction, but how much it is going to pull? It's going to pull only 0.5. Okay, because 4.5 minus 4 is 4. The net distance what to have here is only 0.5. But look at this distance. How much is this distance? It is 4 meter. This is 4 meter. So now out of 4 meter and 0.5, which is a greater one? 4 meter is greater one. Then this column should have been oriented in this direction. Okay, you got my point? In the same way, you can try to take this as example also. We'll take this as example. Again, this is 6 meter. This is 4 meter. And how much is this? This is 5 meter. So in which way this column should have been oriented? 6 is here, 4 is here. The net will be 6 minus 4 is 2. So here only 2 is remaining and here 5 is remaining. So that means 5 meter is greater than 2 meter. Then this column should have been oriented in this direction, right? You're getting my point? So in this way, whichever is a larger length of the beam, towards that the depth of the beam has to be oriented. Now we'll try to see some practical case studies of this. Okay, yeah, now you see this particular column how it has been kept. Yeah, so if you look at this particular column, see here there is one beam here and there is another beam here. Okay, there are two beams connecting this particular column. So let us consider the length of this beam is something 3 meter and the length of this beam is something 6 meter. So out of 3 meter and 6 meter, which is greater? out of 3 meter and 6 meter, which is greater? 6 meter is greater. So that is why you can see the column, the larger depth of the column has been oriented in this direction. You can see the depth now. This is the depth of the column and this is the width of the column. So depth should be parallel to this direction. Okay. So these are practical things. Based on this, the column orientation is decided. Again, we'll try to see one more thing. Yeah. Now here it is a bit interesting. Now again you see here, okay, if you consider this, what has happened here, there is one beam and this direction there is one more beam, and look at this column. Let us say this length of the beam is something 3 meter and this length is something 5 meter. So 5 meter is greater than 3 meter. That is why you can see the depth of the column has been oriented in this direction. Okay, the depth, this depth, no, this is the depth of the column. This should be always parallel to the longer side of the beam. Yeah, but now comes the interesting part. Look at this particular column now. So this column is supported by this beam and also it is supported by this beam. Okay, give me a minute, this drawing is not visible. I'll show you one more drawing. I'll pause here for a while. Yeah, so if you see it here, concentrate on this column. So this column, we have one beam here, we have another beam here, and we have another beam running here, right? So there are three beams. Now let us consider this distance. The length of this beam is something 4 meter and the length of this beam is something 6 meter. And let us consider this length what we have now. Here we have one more beam running in this direction. Okay, so let us consider this is some 4 meter. So which way the column should have been oriented? Because here it is 4 meter and here it is 6 meter. So 6 minus 4 is 2 meter. The net length what we have is only 2 meter. Okay, and here it is 4 meter. So so out of 2 meter and 4 meter, 4 meter is my longer span. So this column should have been oriented in this direction, right? So this is a logic what we had followed. But practically what has happened, I'll try to erase this. But practically what has happened, practically these guys have put the orientation of the column is not right. According to our logic, this column should have been oriented in this direction. I'll show it again. Practically the column should have been oriented in this direction, right? So it is not happening. What is the reason behind that? The reason behind that is this is a whatever I explained you so far, that is a technical point of view, but keeping architectural point of view. What is architectural point of view? Let me explain that. See, if you try to orient this column in this direction, is there any other? Yeah, okay. See, just in case if the orientation of the column was done here in this way, then what would have happened? This extra portion would have come here, right? This column, instead of keeping it here, this column would have looked something like this. Then what would have happened? This is a parking space what I have. Then this column would have created an obstruction here. That's the first reason. The second reason is that, see, out of three columns, let me show you other two columns as well. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. So out of three columns, what would have happened? Two columns are in this direction. The two columns, the depth is in this direction, right? This column depth is also in this direction, and the other column what we saw, and this column also what we saw, the depth is in this direction. But here what should have happened? This should have been in this direction according to our logic. But since this is a parking space, and out of three columns, since two columns in this two columns are oriented in this direction, now changing the orientation of this will not look good from aesthetic point of view, from architectural point of view. And even though let us say you have changed it, then what would have happened? It would have created obstruction here. So that is the reason what we do. Even though technically we are correct, sometimes we don't try to follow that, and we try to orient in the way that we like. Now what will happen if you orient in this way? Now what has happened here, when if you're orienting it in this direction, now what would have happened? This particular column would have got little more steel. If you had oriented it in this direction, then the steel requirement would have been less. But since you have oriented it in this direction, the steel requirement will be little more, and it is okay. You'll ask with the client, is it okay if I orient in this way? And if the client is saying, okay, I don't have issue with the money, I'm ready to pay, but from an aesthetic point of view, this should look good, then we'll try to go with that. Okay, yeah. So this was the basic understanding of how the column orientation has to be done. So in the next lecture, I'll take you to one of the AutoCAD drawing, and we'll try to put the column on the real site, on the real project, and we'll try to understand them in a more better way. I hope this basic concept has been clear. So we'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.